welcome to my channel. My name is Anita and I am designer and maker behind yarns. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to crochet this cute winter beanie. This project is super simple and easy, and I'll be including a written pattern for 7 different sizes. If you are a beginner, you'll really enjoy making this beanie since it requires only 2 types of very simple stitches, which will work back and forth, and in the end you'll still get an amazing design. But for the sake of this video, we'll be making a newborn size. When it comes to the materials, you'll be needing bulky weight yarn size 5, and I'm using this Amigo chunky yarn from Hobby, which is a great online store that carries all kinds of yarn for quite an affordable price range, and I'll link the store in the description box below. Then you'll need 7mm crochet hook, and if you are making child and adult sizes, you'll also need 8mm. Then you'll need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a couple of stitch markers to help you with the count of stitches. You'll also need a pom-pom. I'm using this faux fur, but you can totally make your own out of yarn. Now that we have all that ready, we'll start with our project. First, we'll make a slip knot, and one of the ways to do it is wrapping the yarn around your pointer finger 2 times, then kind of intertwine them like so. And holding onto that bottom piece, slide it off of your finger. Then you take your hook and insert it in that loop you just made and pull on that tail you've left to close the loop around your hook. When it comes to holding the yarn, I just kind of wrap it around my fingers, just like so. And like this, my pointer finger is controlling the tension, and with the rest of my fingers I hold my work as needed. And now we'll start chaining. With our hook, go under the yarn, pick it up, and pull through that loop on your hook. And there you have your first chain. So let's do that again. Grab the yarn, twist your hook, and pull through. So yarn over and pull through. And this is how you do a foundation chain. For newborn size, we'll need to chain 21. Make sure your foundation chain is not too tight, which will make it too hard for us to work into later. I mentioned this before in my videos, but you could do your chain with a hook one size up to even that out with the rest of your work. So now that we have our chain done, this is how it should look like. So front of your chain will have these little arrows, and then the back of your chain will look like this. Now for the first row, we are going to turn our chain. So we won't work in the front, but in the back of our foundation chain. And we'll be working into these loops right here. So what you want to do is insert your hook through that first loop, just like so, grab your yarn and pull through again. And that's your first slip stitch. You can place your stitch marker now to mark the beginning of our row. The next stitch will be just the same. So go into that back loop, yarn over and pull through. So this is what we'll be doing all the way down our chain. Flip stitching into these back loops or back bumps until you have 20 stitches total. You can pause your video now and meet me back at the end of the row. Now that we are at the end of our first row, I just want to show you how that last stitch will look like. So this loop right here, we're going to work into, slip stitch, then chain 1, and turn your work. And this is how your first row should look like so far. This will be the front of your work, and this will be the back. Now for our second row, we'll have the front side facing us. We'll insert our hook through that back loop of your slip stitch, just like so. Then grab the yarn and pull through both loops on your hook. Place your stitch marker on that first stitch we just made. Then we're going to do one more slip stitch through the back loop only. And then for our third stitch, we are going to yarn over, work into that back loop, grab the yarn and pull through again. And this is how you'll be creating that braided pattern. We'll be repeating this stitch all the way down. If you are having difficulties with this stitch, you can watch this video that should come up in the right corner of your screen, where I explain the stitch in more detail. Do this until the end of the row and you should have 20 stitches total. 2 slip stitches and 18 yarn over slip stitches. Pause the video and meet me back at the end of the row. So here we have a couple of stitches left. We'll remove the stitch marker and work into that stitch just like so. Chain 1 and turn your work. And here we have our second row completed. Now for the third row, we'll repeat row 1, still working in the back loop only. So we are going to slip stitch 1, put your stitch marker back, and we'll continue slip stitching until the end of the row. 20 stitches total. Make sure you count those stitches so you don't miss any. And if at the end you have less than 20, it means you missed some stitches. And if you have more, you've probably worked into the same stitch twice. Go back and try to find that mistake and correct it. Better to frog one row than half or even your entire work. Even though that will happen every now and then, but it's okay. Frogging only means you're learning. So this will be our pattern throughout. We'll be repeating this, alternating between rows 2 and 3 until we have 36 rows total. So one row you'll do slip stitches, the next row you'll do yarn over slip stitches, all in the back loop only. When you're starting your yarn over slip stitch row, the first 2 stitches always slip stitch, so we have a bit of that inclination towards the top. You can now pause the video and meet me back once you've completed 36 rows. Now that we've finished all of our rows, this is what your project should look like so far. Isn't this stitch so pretty? It looks like as if it was knitted, right? But it's actually crochet. Now this is the right side of your project and this is how the wrong side should look like. You can see how much stretch this stitch has, which makes it perfect for beanies or headbands. Now we are going to connect these 2 sides together. Take your hook out and then right side facing you, connect the 2 sides like so. And then you're going to find the first loop of your foundation chain and insert your hook just like so. Grab that loop from the opposite side and pull through. Then you're going to chain 1. And you're going to start slip stitching the 2 sides together by inserting your hook through every available loop of your foundation chain and the back loop of your last row. Yarn over and pull through. So go through this loop right here and then the back loop of your last row. And then slip stitch. And just continue slip stitching all the way until you have 21 stitch total. So just go slowly to make sure you don't miss any stitches. And if you align them properly, at the end you shouldn't have any extra stitches. So you see right here, my last stitch of the foundation chain aligns with the last stitch of my last row. You're going to chain 1, and you see right here this connection is quite seamless. Now you can cut your yarn, leaving approximately 20 centimeter long tail. Pull it out like so. Then take your tapestry needle and we're going to close the top of our beanie. You're going to start inserting your tapestry needle into every one of these loops right here. And you're going to go all the way around. Then once you get to the end, you're going to pull on it to start closing. And then before you close it completely, you're going to turn it inside out, so the wrong side facing you. And then take your pom-pom, and this is the kind I use. So it has this stretchy piece of elastic that helps me attach it to the hat. So just insert that pom-pom right there, pull on that piece of elastic, you can pull on the yarn to close it even more. Then I just tied the yarn around that elastic a couple of times. And then start sewing it around just like so. So I do this all the way around to make sure it's not coming undone. Do the same with the other end, just weave it in. And cut the rest of the yarn. Turn your work inside out, and we are all done. You can see here that pom-pom is not going anywhere, and the connection is so clean, inside as well as on the outside. I mean, how pretty is this pattern? And the foldable brim makes it even more adorable. If you are a knitting wannabe like I am, you'll really enjoy this little project. This cute beanie is quick to make, and it's gonna be a great addition to your winter wardrobe. It is simple and anybody would look adorable in it. You can pair it with our Sierra neck warmer, another easy tutorial you can find on my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to answer all of them. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell button so you don't miss any videos I post. That will help other people find my videos as well. I would love to see your finished work, so make sure you tag me on social media when you post it. To see more of my work, visit my Instagram, Facebook and TikTok page, which I'll link in the description box, as well as my website, where you can buy some of my ready-to-ship items and find some more free written patterns. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.